Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman with Adventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley, Retired Slow Play, part number 96. We're taking up where we left off, which is day 2 of winter and year number 3. First off, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. It's so exciting that every single day, every single morning when I'm having my tea, I check my subscribers and there's more and more of you. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and welcome. Sometime in this video there is going to be a secret word of the day. I want you to use that secret word in a sentence down below in the comments. And do not say the secret word of the day is this. That's not what I'm looking for. Please be creative and use that secret word of the day. I want to let my new subscribers know this is a retired slow play, and what that means is we are slowing down to enjoy this game. So this is something I have not seen when I was looking for games to play or games to watch, is that everything was all fast. There's min-maxing and power gaming, how to get 1 billion gold in 1 year. That is not what this is. This is a retired slow play. We're slowing down to enjoy these games, to look at the details of these games. But there is a plan for my playthrough. This is going to be a playthrough all the way to 100% completion, which we'll find out about soon. And also, I want to let you know that I appreciate those subscriptions. So if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel so that you'll know when new stuff is coming. And please give the videos a like. That also is very important to my channel and really helps me, it helps YouTube like me better, and it helps me feel validation that I'm doing something that other people are finding interesting besides just myself. And here we go, let's have some fun. So what I'm doing in the morning here is checking on my animals. I'll give them all love. It's easy to do in the wintertime because they don't go outside in the cold. So I right-click them all. Both the barn and the coop do have these auto grabber systems, which are amazing. Just go to them, grab all the eggs at one time, or all of the cheese, or all of the milk at one time, and then we process them in the machines. So it's making our mornings go a little bit faster. I mean, it's only 8-10 a.m. and we're almost done with what I call the upper chores on the upper side of the farm. So that's pretty cool. And of course we can leave the gates open all winter. And we're going to check our greenhouse. How are we doing? All right, not too bad, not too bad. And then as always, we're going to check our to see what's ready, and it looks like we've got some kind of preserves ready, or they look like jellies of some kind, and cranberry jelly, and we're putting in more ancient fruit. So that's pretty awesome. One more itty bitty piece of housekeeping. I am not a professional sound engineer, and that's actually what my son does for a living. He does work for a large gaming company, and his videos would have no background noise whatsoever. There would be no kittens crying, and there would be no big boats on the lake. I live off of a lake, and this is July 4th, the day I'm recording this, and the big boats are on the lake, and they are driving their boats right on the edge of the shore right by my house. So I don't want to shut my house up because it's a beautiful, lovely morning, and I wanted to get the fresh air. So if you hear any noises in the background, I do apologize. I try to minimize it, but it can be a royal pain in the neck. So I'm so sorry. So we're going to keep on having a good time and keeping our nice, calm self calm and not be aggravated. So that's the goal anyway. So I was talking about the ancient fruits. That's our most lucrative thing that we have in the game so far that we can make the most money off of. But that's why I'm growing them in the greenhouse. You can do them year round. And then the rest of the farm, we grow other things that we're going to be putting through the preserve jars and the kegs and such later on, because I like to have a variety of things. That's something else my new people need to know, is I do like variety. So right now, I just have finished all of what I call the chores around the farm, except for watering a daggone plant. I've been keeping my watering can in the refrigerator because I have been forgetting forever to come in here and water that poor coffee plant. It's been sitting there desolate for quite a while. In our last episode, we started a major renovation of the inside of the farmhouse. And we purchased two different things to help us do that. One is a furniture catalog, and it gives you all of the items that you could purchase for the inside of your house. It's amazing. It was expensive. The furniture catalog was what, a couple $100,000? I don't remember off the top of my head. We also purchased the I don't know what the other one is called, but it has all the floors and the wallpapers. So with those two items, we can completely renovate the inside of this farmhouse. And so we started that last episode, and we're going to continue with that on this episode. And by the time this episode is over, we are going to make so much progress. So you can see we're kind of getting started on it here. To me, I got the same color floor that it makes the furniture go invisible. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this happen. So I'm going to switch out the table and chairs. When you buy the catalog, you no longer have to pay for individual things. If you don't like something, you can trade it out for something else. So it's pretty awesome, I think, that I can switch this out. And if I want to completely redo it again at a later time, I can completely redo it again, and it costs me nothing, because you pay that large in advance amount. So there's only a few things you can't get, like those lamp posts. I still have to craft those. But for the most part, all of the furniture, all the things we're going to need are going to be in that catalog that we paid for. Put down 4 chairs because there's going to be 4 of us total. We never actually sit at the table, but it's kind of nice, don't you think? And it makes the kitchen look like finished. I don't know why. It just does. So anyway, we're going to continue on, like I said, with this episode of I'm kind of trying to balance this out, kind of getting the inside of this house done. It's going to take quite a bit of stuff, and it's going to look so cool. If you want to see what it's going to look like, you can go to my playlist. I have one for game reviews, and you can go there, and there is a screenshot. There's a Stardew Valley game review, and there's a screenshot of 11-year farm. I'm pretty sure I put the inside of the farm on there. If I didn't, oops, sorry. I meant to. So anyway, do you see I'm tossing this stuff and I can put things in the trash can? Look at that. No big deal. Who cares? I can go back and get it again from the come on, go away, crystal chair. Really? That crystal chair, seriously, can you just go away? I can go back and repurchase anything. So if I put something down and I'm trying to make room for it and I don't think I'm ever going to use it again, like that fireplace, I don't think I'll ever use that again. Can I throw it away? And then at some point I can go back and get it again. It doesn't cost us anything. And we still have over $245,000 left over for us to continue to buy things that we're going to need in the future, which I don't have. These are the biggest purchases right now, and it was time to do this. I really, the way the basic farmhouse looked on the inside, it wasn't to me very welcoming. It wasn't my style. So I would much rather make it so that it feels homey to me. And of course, everybody has their own tastes and things on what they find homey. I mean, go to the forums. There's a link below down in the description, and there's a place where you can do show. It's a, I don't know if it's called Farm Showcase or something like that. You can look at interior, exterior, and you can look at all of the differences between people, which is great. We have that option in this game so that we can make this look however we want to look. So I find that some people don't care. I mean, there's one of my favorite people that I follow and have watched every single episode of their Stardew Valley playthrough because it is so different than mine. The inside of their house, I don't think they've done much decorating. They've got a bed right near the front door, so if they come in and it's almost 2:00, they can get into that bed and not have to lose 1,000 gold. Then it's funny. It makes me laugh. But at the same time, that's how they play. That's what is important to them. So let everybody gets their own way. So I'm doing my way, and this is what makes me feel connected to the game. When I walk in to the house, I'll go, yeah, that feels right to me. So what I'm doing here is trying to get the plants right, because I have that, like I said, I've got a screenshot of the interior of my 11-year farm. I'm trying to get it right. I'm not doing a very good job. As you can see, you can put windows in at what looks like an interior room. But technically not, because if you look at the stairs that go up into the other rooms, the farmhouse, the bottom main part of the farmhouse is on like a bottom floor, and then the upstairs is more like on an upper floor. So technically you could have lights on the main floor. And there is all kinds of different lighting, by the way, as you can see. Those lights that I was moving around a minute ago, those are actually crafted ones, and they're really for outside, but I like them on the inside. I think they look cool. I do use some other lighting on the inside here, but for the most part, I like those other lights. They're cool. And so, but unfortunately, they take a battery to make, so I need to kind of control how much I use of that. This design that I am using right now is basically the same one from my 11-year farm. And so I actually have a screenshot of the inside of the farmhouse on my other monitor. So I'm referring back to it. Say, okay, what kind of lights did I put here? What kind of wallpaper and flooring did I put there? Because here's the reason. I spent a tremendous amount of hours working on the inside of my first real long playthrough farmhouse. A tremendous amount of hours, and I like it. I love how it turned out. I think it feels very homey. It feels like it fits my character and my family, and so I see absolutely no reason to recreate something totally different. It would take forever, and I would not be happy. And so instead, I thought, let's go ahead and use that same one, and it's perfect. I think, again, when you spend the amount of time that I spent creating what I did, then you understand what I'm trying to say. There's no reason to recreate something or to create something completely different when what I created before was exactly what I wanted. So I'm basically doing the same thing. What's really cool is that you can go back and look at the previous episode, number 95, at the start of it, and look at what the farmhouse looked like then, because you'll be seeing that progress and how it was built, piece by piece, pixel by pixel, wall by wall. And there is something else I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to go back and see Robin again, because there's renovations that you can do that are free, but you have to go see Robin. And there's a room that we added. You may have seen me go down there and move my calendar down there. That's kind of like the den. But there's also a room that you can add to the right of the kids' room. It also connects to the master bedroom, but I have things that are in the way, and I forgot about this, that I had to go see Robin after I removed those things. What this room up here is going to be, and I'm going to have to move some stuff around to make this happen, is kind of a garden room. And I had seen a screenshot of this. Again, this wasn't my own imagination. I had seen a screenshot of a room like this in the forums, and I loved it. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. If you've ever gone into a garden and you just had this, very relaxed feeling, that's kind of what this room is going to be. It's going to be a room that has a relaxed feeling. And so I'm kind of starting to work on this room and create it. I've got these things that are in the way, that Stardew Hero trophy. I don't know where, maybe that'll go into the den, Stardew Valley Hero statue, which was an award we got for something. I don't know what we got it for. I don't remember. Is that when we finished the community center? I'm not 100% sure. But what I'm trying to do is get things out of the way so that I can continue to work on that room. As you can see, the furniture catalog is divided down by categories, or if you click on the top tab, it's everything. And so anyway, I'm just kind of looking at my screenshot that I have and kind of getting things placed. And so this is really a fun room, and it becomes such a relaxing place to kind of see when I walk into the farmhouse. I just love it. And nice place for my kids to come wandering around in too. These fish tanks right here are so awesome because you can put whatever fish you want in your fish tank. So that is so cool. And when you put them in there, you can actually see them swimming around in there. So it's very cool. So I will be putting a fish tank in here and absolutely enjoying the heck out of it. And we'll see what we can put in there. But that's kind of cool. So if you have a fish that was particularly hard to get, that's a good place to put it, right? So again, I'm looking at the my screenshot of my previous ones. Like, okay, I need 2 of these and 1 of those. And it just makes it just a really cool place to kind of hang out. So it's coming along slowly but surely. And so if you have played Stardew Valley before, have you ever done a room like this? I'm really curious. And if you did, go ahead and put it down in the comments if you don't mind. It makes me happy, so do it. So I started to say before about going to see Robin. Eventually, our baby's going to grow up and be out of the crib. And at that point, we can go see her again and remove the crib, or we can just remove the crib. I can't remember. That was a newish add-on of the game where you can go in and remove that crib so you don't need it anymore. So in that case, you'd only have the 2 twin beds for your children who never age past being little kids. I don't know what they're not. I guess they're toddlers. They can run around the house like crazy, and they're cute. It adds just something to it. It's my family. I have a family. I have a husband and 2 little children. So it very much adds to things, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. And you can see right now it just turned 6 p.m. and all the lights from outside, all the sun from outside went off. So that's kind of cool. We do need to get some more light. I have one thing of lighting in here. It's that cool tube paper lighting. It's kind of a Japanese style, I think, which is really cool. And I think it looks really just right in this room. So I'm trying to get all the flowers placed. You can see there's all kinds of options for flowers. And so I'm trying to get them all placed in just the right place. And we're going to also be growing some plants in here. So we got lots and lots of stuff to do still. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get it all done by the end of this episode, but if not, we will finish it out in the next episode, maybe. There's lots to do. It takes, as you can see, it's taking time. It's already 7 p.m. Look at our little Harvey Jr. going to bed. What a good little boy. I didn't have to tell him to go to bed. He just runs in there and gets in bed. He's so cute. If only our real life children would run to their beds at bedtime and hop in automatically and tuck themselves in. Not happening, right? Oh, well, it's okay. These are pretend children, so they can be pretend perfect, right? I would rather have my real children anyway. But whatever, off subject. So I was looking at a couple things that I wanted to make, and I wasn't sure or to get, and I wasn't sure if I can get them in the catalog or if I have to craft them myself. So it's just kind of double checking here. And as I mentioned, time is passing. So anytime that we are not in one of the with the menus where you've got something up on the screen, time is passing. So it's already 7:30 p.m. Yikes. So our bedroom is coming along, looks pretty nice. But I do need to clear the way for that addition. And what I need to do is get that decorative plant off the wall, and I need to move that lamp because it's blocking the path for the addition that goes right there. So that's why I couldn't do it before, and I forgot about it on here on day 2. But I've got to go get that kind of. Oh, that'd be a good place, wouldn't it? Yeah. That turned out pretty good. I have 2 of those, which I can't remember. I think we bought them somewhere. I'm not sure. But or we won them. I don't remember. Regardless, we have to clear the way for Robin to be able to do that other addition. I think there's 2 other additions that she could do. And so, let's see. It's 8:40 p.m. So there's 2 other additions that she could do. And, the garden pots. I wanted to talk about the garden pots. I think as we made better friends with Evelyn, she gave us this recipe to create these garden pots, and it helps you grow any plant inside the house. So it's awesome, and that's why we have the coffee bean in right now. And so in the garden room, I want to plant some of my own plants in here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting down these garden plots or these garden pots so that I can plant plants. And so it's really like the other plants are already grown, but I'm going to grow my own, which is really cool because you can, anything that you want to grow in here, you can. So I've got ideas. I got great ideas. And what I really need to do is get that great big square thing out of my way. Oh, it's such a pain. It's like, okay, put that in my pack. There we go. Now I can put my garden plots down. And so I have them, I put them in a specific area so that, because I like the way they look. And then there's other things that are going between. So, and you cannot use your furniture catalog unless it's on the floor, which is kind of a pain in the neck. I just have to see if I have anything else in this, right in this area that I can, there we go, over there, I had to move that. If I have anything else in this area that I need from the catalog. Unfortunately, I have to put the catalog down to see if there's anything I need, and it has to go right in the middle of the daggone floor. So it's kind of a pain, but it's really very cool. And I moved it by mistake, so not cool. Just trying to make sure that I have all of the pieces out of this for my garden, my indoor garden, which I think is going to look really cool when it's done. And so I have another question for you. Have you ever done a game where you were able to do a garden, like either inside of a house or outside of a house, aside from Stardew Valley? Have you ever played any games like that? I'm just curious. I have, and I enjoy that part of those games. I can think of maybe 3 or 4 games that I've played that had gardening in it, which is funny because I kill plants in my real life. I kill plants always. I was able to successfully kill an aloe vera plant, which is like a miracle. It's like, how could somebody possibly do that? There was another one that was supposed to be a plant that you can't kill. I can, so I have, and I did, so I don't have any live plants in my house. My littlest brother, who I absolutely adore, has called me plant murderer for my whole adult life. So that tells you quite a lot. And that I really like my brother otherwise. Anyways, let's see what else we can find here. I'm again looking for anything else that can go up here into this room. I'm also looking down at the other rooms on the picture that I have on my screen, or a screenshot, to make sure that I have because I don't want to I don't want to have to think about it. I want it to be just like it is in the other screenshots. So I was trying to make sure that I put down the right ones. It's like, okay, that can go there. Oh, look at that. So almost the entire perimeter is filled with something, some kind of plant. So getting closer there. So one thing that I did want to mention is, and I've kind of alluded to this a couple of times, is there are some really helpful links down in my description of my videos. And I always do this for any game that I'm playing, and it just varies depending upon what it is. So for Stardew Valley, I do have the official Stardew Valley webpage, which is stardewvalley.net. So you can go there and you can see what the current version of the game is, any information coming up. If you don't know anything about the game, it gives a nice description of the game, which is much better than I can tell you. That is the official page. There's also the official wiki, which is amazing. It is an amazing wiki. There's nothing you can't find out about on the wiki. I mean, it's crazy how well fleshed out that wiki is. So please go check that out, and I would encourage you to if anything you need to know about the game that you don't know, you can find it there. All you gotta do is put the words in, and there you go. There's also the official Stardew Valley forums, which I've mentioned before. Great group of people. They never have a problem answering even the simplest questions. No question is stupid. So check him out. Join, say hi to me. If you want to tag me, that's great. So that's going to be the end of this day. So obviously we got more decorating to do. We did make a little bit of money, so 5,500, and cranberry jelly was the big reason of that. And that's going to bring us to day 3 of winter in year number 3. And so obviously in the morning we have to continue on with other things that we are doing. Oh, and of course say good morning to our kitties. Oh, they're so cute with their little hats. You can put any hats on your children, which is a main reason to have have children just put hats on them. It's too funny. Harvey Jr. is wearing a fedora, in case you wanted to know. I did check my calendar, and it is Linus's birthday. So I'll have to check and see what our relationship is with Linus, and if we're not full hearts, and we should probably find something that Linus loves and take it to him. So I really like having that water can in the refrigerator. I think that we will be spending less time on watering the cat bowl, because I don't think we're going to lose friendship points with them, and we'll have to double check that. But I'd rather have the water can inside where I can more easily get to it to water my coffee plant. And once again, Harvey made us a complete breakfast. And I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally given that breakfast back to him when I first started playing, because it would put it in the empty space where my cursor was, and I would turn around and give it to him, which is like, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, it is snowing today, which really doesn't mean anything except that it's snowing. Snow's on the ground the entire season in Stardew Valley. And you can see that we have gotten a couple more jades, which is awesome. We're going to be using those to get staircases at some point and use them to go into Skull Cavern, which is supposed to go to level 25 as a quest that we have in our log. We'll eventually do that. Staircases can make it happen a lot faster. So I had seen that there was some wormy thingies is what I call them, but they're actually artifact spots. And I thought, better dig it up. You never know, we might get one that we actually need, and in this case, we did not. So we're going to run around, do our morning chores just like we have been. In this case, our morning chores have changed now. All we got to do is love on the animals and go to the auto grab. It's called an auto grabber, and get the milks and put them in the cheese presses. And there we go. Makes things, look at that, all done. Isn't that fast? It's amazing. And I think they're like 25,000 a piece, but aren't they worth it if you're trying to automate your farm? Which I'm trying to automate it as much as I can. So, you know, the faster you get things done, the more you can, and faster you can make money. And while money is not our primary goal of this game, it's important. Just like in real life, it's necessary, I guess. So we're doing just fine with that. I feel good about that. I felt good about spending the money we did on that catalog. That was kind of something I knew was coming. So we had hit almost 500,000 gold when we purchased that. So it didn't hurt us that bad. The only thing we're saving for now is those great big purchases, which are the obelisks that make you fast travel around the map. And I didn't see that I didn't want to save up for that and then do this. I wanted to completely renovate the inside of our beautiful farmhouse. So I thought this is a good thing to do, and a good thing to do this winter. We don't have a whole lot of things that we need to do, and we don't have to farm, and so it seemed like to me a good time to get working on this. We're going to take our cheeses down into the cellar here, and you can see we got the 2 rows of wine, top and bottom, and cheeses in the middle, and that's going to help us make that money back so fast you are not going to believe it. Trust me. So let's put that mayonnaise in there. We got the top part of our chores done on the farm. We're going to run down and do the bottom chores here in a little bit. But first, we have to go do something very important before this day gets away from us. Very important. I've alluded to it before. We need to finish the renovation, the additions on the house. And I did not want to forget and not go see Robin another day. It's like, oh my gosh, I got to go see Robin now, and please let her be there. I hate it when I show up and she's not there. So we're gonna go find out. Please, please, please. Oh, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so it's called Make Renovations, and it's the corner room that we need to do, and it's right there. Let's see if it'll work this time. Please let it work. And it worked. Yes. We got that corner room done. The only other renovation that we could have done is you can remove the wall in between the, it says open bedroom. It takes that wall out there that's in the bedroom, and I want that wall there. and so I'm not going to do that one, but the other ones I've done. So we've done all of the expanding of the farm that we could do. So I think it's really cool that those last renovations are free, especially when you consider how much it cost to go from that little one-room farmhouse to the big farmhouse. It was just insane amount of money. So it's like, okay, now that you've spent all this money, everything else is free. It's like, okay, thank you so much. I'd have done it anyway. I'd have paid for it anyway. So let's go take a look where that room is. There it is. There's stairs. Oh, my lamp is in the way. I still don't know what I'm going to do with that rug or not. It's like, I'm not sure. I kind of like it, and I kind of don't. The lamp, I got to get that lamp moved. And I'm surprised that it let me put the renovation, to put that extra room renovation. So here's this extra room up here. And I'm going to make this room kind of a room, an interesting room. I am going to eventually, I told you we would get into sewing. So that room up there is going to be a sewing room, is what we're going to be doing with it, and other things. So I'm very excited about that extra room. And then we have the room down below on the southern end, and that is more of the den. It's like an office, really. So good morning there, Buttle Buddy. So I've got this with me. I've got that, I put these two pieces down here out of the way so that I could find the things that I'm going to do. So what I'm looking for is, I did have, in my original design, I had a couple of these green rugs, and they were large. So you can see there's different sizes. The ones that we have purchased, I think we got them at like an event, some kind of festival or something, they're small. But for the ones that I'm going to use in this new room up top is going to be these large green rugs. So that's okay. And right now I'm looking for the wallpapers. Again, the cool thing about purchasing these two catalogs is that I could, if I have a whim and decide to completely change my inside of my farmhouse, I can. Or if I buy a wall, or put in a wallpaper and I don't like the color, then I can change it. That's a problem when you go into Robbins and you get wallpapers or flooring, and then you come back to your, look, I'm picking two different ones because I'm not sure which one I want or which one would look that I had originally wanted. So if I pick floorings and wallpapers and I come home and I try them and I don't like them, guess what? You've wasted money. So to me, it was so worth it to wait to design the house. Oh, look at that. That looks so cool. It was worth it to wait to design this room and to design the inside of the farmhouse until I could afford those two things. So I'm putting down these large green rugs right here, and look how cool that looks. Oh, that looks very cool. So I don't have a singular theme. Obviously, I'm kind of partial to the greens. I really do like the greens and the browns. I think they look really cool. I think they have like a kind of a old-time farmhouse look, is kind of how it feels to me. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, I'll start that fireplace. It's wintertime. It has an old-time farmhouse feel to me, which is my personal style. I like that. If I lived on my own, my house would be filled with antiques, but I don't want to say unfortunately. I should say instead, my husband likes modern furniture, so we would have all glass and chrome. So we've kind of done an in-between to kind of find things that we both like. So in my pretend world, then I can do it. I can do what I want, do it my own way. So what I'm doing now is trying to decide which of these fish tanks that I want to put in my new room. And I decide this deluxe. Look at the size of this fish tank. It is huge. So there's only so many places you could have something like this. And so I'm going to put it right there. And we're going to fill it, like I mentioned before, you can fill it with whatever fish you want, which is really cool. And we will fill it up. I currently do not have all the stuff that I will be putting in this room. I've mentioned a sewing room. Well, I don't have a sewing machine yet. So that comes later. So eventually we'll get all the things to fill that room up. But I did want to kind of get started on just some of the decorations and things that I knew that I had for it. I never actually got into sewing in the game. I don't think I've made any of my own clothes ever. But, maybe I will. I don't know. I think it just looks cool. I used to make clothes in real life. So the idea of having a sewing room just kind of sounds cool. And when I had come back outside, it's like, okay, well, I'm pondering things. I thought, maybe I should get that kiln going. And by the way, that is what I just clicked on is called the workbench. And if you put it near a resource chest that has resources in it, you can you can just click on it and make anything as long as the resources are in the chest. So isn't that cool? And so I was looking at how I had done it previously, and what I do is I put 2 chests at the end of the bed, and then I put a plant right in between it, which it's just, again, this is all decorative. None of this is a have to situation. This is all decorative and making it feel like you want it to feel, and you don't it's certainly not a have to, but for me it was one of the funnest things that I have done in Stardew Valley is to create this house and make it my own and make it my own style. And like I've mentioned before, a lot of it was borrowed from screenshots that I saw of other people's interior designs, but for the most part this is my own thing. And I feel very proud of it, of the inside of my house. The farm, I talked about it before. The farm I actually borrowed. Just it's such a compilation of all the ones that I saw that I liked. For the farmhouse on the inside is very much my own design and what I like. What I just put right there is a dresser, and in that dresser you can put all of your clothes and rings and hats, shoes, and things that you don't want to get rid of, but you want to keep them. And so that's why I put that there. These are end tables that I'm going to put in the living room, and you can't really turn them around. Like I was hoping to turn that sideways, and you really can't. But I'm going to put them here so that we can have some plants next to our chairs. I think that looks good. And I love, as you can see, I love plants. Obviously, I love plants in real life. I just, kill them. So I can have all the plants I want in this world because I won't kill them. Isn't that awesome? And the answer, of course, yes, it is awesome. By the way, you can see these wallpapers right in the trash can. And each one of those would cost you money. I'm going to keep talking about that because it's so awesome that you can go back and say, no, I want to change, and throw that. You're not throwing money away because you spent the big money. So anyway, just kind of grabbing a couple plants that I know that I needed and wanted. And this is going to be a multi-day process. I do not think we're going to be done by the end of this episode. I'm trying because I want to show you in such a short period of time. By the way, that was a tree of the winter star that you can put in your house. It's like, okay, it is winter time right now in the game, but then it'll be summer. I've seen people that put them in their house and leave them indefinitely. I'm not a person who puts Christmas decorations up, holiday decorations up and leave them. No, I do not do that. And I'm not interested in decorating for the holidays in the game and then undecorate. It don't make sense to me anyway. I've done that in other games, and it's like, okay, this just doesn't feel right to me. I've done it in games that don't have seasons, in that you don't know that it's wintertime in the game, and decorated the house in the game in the real life time period of Christmas time, or holiday season time, whatever it is that you celebrate. And then it's like, okay, then I wasn't in the game for a while, and then it's January and I come back and the Christmas lights or holiday lights are up, and it's like, okay, that's annoying. I don't like that. So no, I'm not going to put that the Feast of the Winter Star tree or whatever they call it in my house. So no, I'm not going to do that. This room in here is really going to be a tough one to do anything with until our baby grows up and can be in the small bed. At that point, I'll move all of this around and have it look a lot better. Right now, it's kind of a mess. So really, it's like anything that you do in real life when you start doing renovations, or even organizing or cleaning out, you make a huge mess, right? And then you get it all fixed up. and it happens quickly once you get those things fixed up. So anyway, I'm looking at the bulbs, or not the bulbs, the seeds that I'm going to want to put in my flower pots and things, and I realize I don't have the flower seeds that I want. I have not done very good. I have one fairy seed and I need two. So I really messed up this year. I should have picked those fairy flowers that were located at the bee house, but I totally forgot. So the long and the short of it is we're going to have to go to Pierre's and buy flower seeds. So the garden isn't going to be finished for a while. The indoor garden isn't going to be finished for a while because I don't have the seeds, because I've messed up on collecting the flowers at the end of each season. I should have been doing that. I don't even have enough for spring. I was so mad when I saw that. It's like, why did I do that? No. So anyways, it's okay. We'll get past it. As you can see, there's all kinds of paintings and things that you can put, and I knew that I had a few from here that were on the walls. Some of the ones that you are seeing are ones that we have picked up at the various events that we've gone to. When I've always said that, you know, Pierre had things for sale, or there's that one, the night market, that's like a 3-night thing. The night market, you can pick up all kinds of paintings and things. I do not know for sure if the ones that were at the night market can be found in this catalog. I never really compared it, so I don't really know. What I'm doing now is I'm picking some various, they're called ceiling leaves, that I'm going to be putting in the greenhouse. And so I was looking at my screenshot of my other farm to kind of say, which ones do I need? I want to make sure I have the right ones. I'm not picking, I don't want to fill my backpack with things that I'm not going to be using. And as you can see, I do like those, the wallflower that looks like a sunflowers. I really like those. That's why I've got 2 of them in the bedroom. I think they look really neat and kind of bring a pop of color into the browns and the greens. That's why I like the flowers and the plants and things. It kind of brings some color, which looks really cool. These log panels are really interesting, where you can, you know, put, I have those, one of those in the bedroom, I think, where it's basically a panel that goes on the wall, but it's got something on it, a decorative, a flower or some kind of something. And look at these pillars. I mean, there's just, your imagination is the limit here. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do. And like I said, it took me, I would say, many more hours than I'm actually spending completely decorating the inside of this house. Many hours. And so the previous episode was probably an hour long. This is about an hour long, and we've got most of it done. So a couple of hours is nothing. I spent tens of hours. I don't even know how many I spent. It was an insane amount. But it was okay. I had completely enjoyed it. But as I've said at the start of the previous episode and this one, I did not want to torture you while I was trying to figure out what I want where. So that's why I'm kind of going by the previous one, and I think it looks really cool so far. A decorative trash can. Why would you want a decorative trash can? Again, everybody's got their own taste. Everybody's got their own ideas of what looks good. So there may be people that look at my place and go, well, that's the most boring, ugly thing in the world. I wouldn't want that. So that's why there's all different kinds of styles. And that's why it's because there's as many different types of ideas as there are people in the world. And so I think that's cool that everybody can have their own thing. So look, I mean, you can look at all this stuff. Oh my gosh. It's massive and it's cool. So I don't know if we're going to be getting any more or not. I have no idea. And I know there's going to be an update. I know there's a 1.6 update that's coming. I have absolutely no idea what's in it. None. But we'll find out together. So just grabbing a few more items. Those stump torches are for outside, and we're going to run them out there, and we're at 8 p.m. so we're not doing too bad. Like I said, when you've got one of these screens up, it's pausing time, but as soon as you go off of it, time is passing. So obviously we're not going to be able to finish our inside decoration today, but I'm getting as close as I possibly can. and you're just going to have to stay tuned to see how it looks going forward. The secret word of the day is interior decoration, and I'd like for you to use that in a sentence down in the comments. Play along. Don't hurt my feelings. I want you to play along. It's fun. So interior decoration is the secret word of the day, and I want you to use it. Don't hurt my feelings. So say interior decoration down below. Do not say the secret word of the day is interior decoration. I want you to figure out something more creative than that. So look at this, how that looks. Doesn't that look cool? And in the daytime, it looks even better because there's light in here. But I think it looks so cool. This room is coming along really well. It's not going to be finished until we can buy the seeds. But that's okay. We'll buy them eventually, and it'll be a process. And I knew that I had that painting right there on that log wall. It's like, I thought I had it on the log wall. Why can't I? Sometimes it's like I look at it and go, nope, it wasn't there. It was over there. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Again, it puts a pop of color in the room, and this looks cool. I'm not an interior design person. Trust me, I'm not an interior design person. I'm not good at that stuff. But sometimes, something simple like when we buy brown furniture and we have a brown house, then I can find colors to bring pop with pillows. And yes, men, we use pillows as interior, some kinds of pillows as a pop of the color in the room. My husband's always asking me, why do we have so many pillows on the couch? I said, because they bring color in the room. He goes, well, people have to move them to sit on them. I'm like, no, you don't. Makes their back feel better. Trust me. Yes, that's why we do contrasting things. It's called interior design, which, again, I want to reiterate, I'm not interior design, but I do like decorating my farmhouse here. It makes me happy. Very, very happy. So, oh dear, it's already 10:30 p.m. I mean, we've done a lot. We've gotten a lot closer than we were at the beginning of this episode. I mean, look at this garden in here. Oh my goodness, look at this garden. It's beauteous and peaceful. That was what I was shooting for. And one thing I wanted to mention, what I'm going to do here real quick, is as I mentioned, I put in a dresser. So anything that is clothing, like shoes, hats, rings, all of those kinds of things are going to go in the chest of drawers, which is really a cool thing because once you put that stuff in there, look at the tabs. So you can sort it out. So once this gets full of stuff, if I want to look at hats, then I can just look at hats. So it's really cool. That's a really cool item that I just absolutely love. So what I'm doing now is just kind of putting some things that I can't get rid of or don't want to get rid of or don't know if I need, and just kind of tucking things away because we're getting very, very, very near the end of our day. Throw away the torches. We've got tons of those outside. So we made huge progress today. I'm very happy with the progress that we've made today. Double checking for tomorrow, and we missed Linus's birthday. I hate that. I thought I was almost full hearts with Linus, but look at that. I'm 8 hearts with them, which is fine, but I could have gotten 10 or whatever it is. I could have got the most. So that's going to be the end of our episode. Thank you so much for following along. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give my video a like because that makes me feel like I'm doing something that people appreciate. And the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.